everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. Today I'll share with you 2 thrift flips. I have a plastic mannequin that I will transform, update, and I also have a very old sewing machine, no electricity needed, an old Singer that I will give a little TLC and make her fit into my decor. So stay tuned for this. For my first DIY, I have this plastic mannequin that I bought several years ago. The last couple of days, sellout, a shop was about to close, and I have this S-hook that I put in some time ago, and I will keep it there. And then I need some nautical rope and hot glue, a lot of nautical rope and hot glue. I start by covering her chest like you see here, give her a little bra. I will cover the whole mannequin with nautical rope, so it takes quite a lot of nautical rope. I want to follow the shape of her body while I'm putting this rope into place. The bra is complete, and now I am covering her neck, just following that nautical rope. Just put the hot glue in sections because it tends to dry fairly fast. Round and round in circles, and then I just cut off that excess. This video is part of the Third Thursday Thrift Flips challenge hosted by Tammie at the Rusted Willow and Elizabeth at Southern Gmo Girls, and their guest host is Lisa at Our Grey House. I will have links to their channels as well as a link to the playlist down in my description box for more thrift flip ideas. My inspiration for this piece came from our thrift store. They still have a very small mannequin there that is covered with jute twine, and I thought I can do that because they didn't want to sell it, so I can do that myself, but in a grander scale on this mannequin here. So it takes a lot of time and a lot of patience, and here you can see I started with the midsection of my mannequin, just following the shape of her body down her spine there. And now I'm doing one hip at a time, like that. And right about here, when I was almost finished with one hip, I ran out of nautical rope. So I had to order some from Amazon. And I was lucky, it came in a couple of days so I could finish my piece. So while waiting for my nautical rope to arrive, I finish off these loose ends that's everywhere there, and I finally got some finger protections. Thank you so much, Pat. And I need them here because I will put on some hot glue and just push them inside with my finger protections, like you see me do here. And I have some loose ends a little bit here and there. So I'm working my way around my mannequin. And the last thing I will do is to set her on fire. I'm just taking my lighter here and just to burn off these fuzzy loose ends of that nautical rope to get a nicer finish. And voila, here she is, complete. got the nautical rope on time. I'm happy for that. I like how she turned out, and she had an opening right there, so I decided to put a little crystal there. And if you look at her back, I think she looks pretty. And I had a section there between her cheeks that I decided to put some macrame cord in just to get some variation. Tell me what you think. I like her. And she looks a bit more dressed, I think. She has a place in my dressing room for sure. And this is how she looks at the moment. For my second DIY, I will make over this beautiful, very old Singer sewing machine. Beautiful, isn't it? I love the decoration, and it's a very small one, and I don't think it's a very fancy one, because as you can see, the more fancy ones have metal legs. It's not a very good shape. As you can see, the veneer is falling off. And it has a protection over it. I will do something pretty with that, and a little drawer. And I found out it is from 1934, this model. So quite old, almost 90 years. So let's do this. So I start with this hood, this protection. I will put one of these knobs on top there to embellish it a little bit, marble knobs. So first thing I need to do is find the center, just with the ruler like that, and then I will drill a hole to fit that knob. But I have other things to do before I put that knob in place. That's the last thing I will do. I will clean it thoroughly. It has been sitting in our garage for years and years. It was in the house when we bought it. I have these stencils that I worked with before. I will have one on top and the other one all the way around like that. I will start with the ones on the side. I will have two on the longer side and one on each of the short sides. So I will not do it with paint, I will do it with spackle to create a relief. Keep it in place with one hand and just putting on that spackle with the other hand. Be sure to not move it and mess everything up. If you're new to my channel, hi! I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrift flips, trash to treasure, decorating, renovation of my home, some pottery, some painting, anything creative really. Please join me, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and join my YouTube family. Now to the top, I place it just where I have drilled my hole to know that it's centered. And same procedure here, hold it in place and put that spackle on top. As simple as that. And it looks so beautiful. Love, love, love it. I set it aside to dry, and now it has dried and it looks like this all the way around. And on the top, perfect. Now what I need to do is to take my sanding block and just gently, gently sand it off where I have something sharp. And then I just take my vacuum and just take that sanding dust away. because it's time to paint my piece, and I will do that in a black satin color. Just moving my paintbrush in every direction to get that paint into all the nooks and crannies. I want everything covered, and I applied 2 coats. It looks like my relief is just vanishing, but it's there, I promise you. And I will highlight it a little later on, you will see. And now the top as well. Once everything is covered, I set it aside to dry and then apply a second coat. And once that second coat is completely dry, it's time to highlight my relief. And I do that with my go-to creamy gold color. It's like a rub and buff without the buffing, I guess. I just put it on, dabbing it on with my finger to get the right amount. I'm more certain when putting it on with my fingertip than I am with a paintbrush. Looks good, doesn't it? I like how it turns out. I like the black and gold. Now let's do the base, and I start out with removing all that broken veneer. I can't fix veneer, I don't know how, and I don't have any new veneer to put on, so what I will do is to just keep that wood that is underneath, and I will fix it. And I notice once the veneer has been taken away that the wood had been eaten a little bit. It had holes and marks in it, but I will cover that up with spackle. But before I put the spackle on, I need to sand it off with my electric sander, like you see me do here, to get it nice and smooth as possible. And here I am spackling, and I had to cover quite a lot. While that spackle is drying, I go on to the little drawer, and look at that, it looks good inside, and I can't get that knob off. It must have been glued into place, so I take my handsaw like that and just cut it off. And then I need to drill a hole to fit my marble knob. And then I'm painting my drawer in the same black satin color to match the rest of the piece, and I apply 2 coats here as well, but not on the inside. I will leave that as is. Back to the base. My spackle has dried, and I am sanding it off to get a nice smooth finish to prepare it for painting, and then I will wipe off that dust as well. But before I paint the top, I will spray paint all the metal, and I do that with a combination of black spray paint and varnish 2 in 1. Only 1 coat needed. I noticed that the veneer is loose on the bottom part there as well, but it was not broken, so I just need to put in some wood glue as far as I can reach, and then put a wood strip and clamp it together to keep it in place while drying. I'm painting the bottom wooden parts in the same black satin color, and I applied 2 coats here as well. Next day I'm painting the top. The veneer is safely in place, everything has dried. So same again here, black satin color, 2 coats. If you like this video and videos like this, consider subscribing. Hit that like button. You will support my channel, help it to grow, and I can spend more time creating inspirational content for you. My aim is to post 1 or 2 videos per week. Now I will protect the paint, so I'm putting on a coat of varnish with a satin finish. Just 1 coat on this hood here, and on the bottom part of the base 1 coat as well, but here on the top where you have a lot of wear and tear, I applied 2 coats. Last but not least, I will take my creamy gold color again and make that word singer pop. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? And then I will just assemble everything, and I will show you right here how it turned out. It's sitting in my living area, looking very pretty, I think. I love the decorations, love the knob as well. I think it turned out beautiful. Tell me, what do you think of my creations today? Did you have a favorite? Let me know in the comments. It's an upgrade, isn't it? From a pretty plain piece to a statement. I think so. And I have cleaned this machine thoroughly, and hubby went in with oil as well. So I haven't done any sewing yet, but maybe I will in the near future. So now it's time to head on over to my description box and hit that link to the playlist of this challenge to get more flip ideas. Just click and enjoy. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.